All right, everyone, here we go. First quarter, Q1 2026, January, February, March. Here we are. Season 6 of Steve's Love Tarot. If it was a TV show, we'd be in season 6. Time to make some character changes, usually around that time. I mean, if you don't get canceled after season 5, that's usually everybody's last season. Season 6, oh boy, what's going to happen now? Steve Hand's going to get married and have a kid. They always bring in a kid, it ruins the fucking show. Steve Hand's going to, oh, fuck it, hell no. All right, here we go. Hierophant. 2026 is a big year. No, it is. It's not just season 6, which is a big season if you have a show. It's not just season 6 of Steve's Love Tarot. This is my pre-shuffle. It's the Hierophant. This is the only card that we need. I just wanted one card. I actually, it's not even a pre-shuffle. It's just a pre-cut. These are big things happening. It's the Mustard Rhino year. There's a lot of, and I don't want you to take this as a negative. It applies to the soulmate cycle. It applies to societal energies. But there's a lot of ramifications coming back this year. Things that we did over here, everything will be fine, don't worry. We find out if we have to worry or not. This is where it all sort of dumps, is sort of a thing. It's the garbage dump of sorts of previous energies. That being said, in the soulmate cycle, there's some big changes coming. Big, lasting things, long connections, long cycles that are coming to an end, and long cycles that are beginning. The nodes are changing signs this year. I think it's July. I don't know. I don't have my notes in front of me. But that's a big deal. All right, let's shuffle the deck. We're going to do like we always do, one row for each month. January, February, March. I shuffle each time for each one. Okay? And we clarify. We pull a card, we get a crossing card, and then we clarify. All right? Let's see where we go. Take a look at that Hierophant. It's a big deal. All right, it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking time lord. You know, January, February, March could play out in your summer. I have no idea. You know, the soulmate cycle. There's a lot of things. The Mustard Rhino. I wrote about that. You know, in my blog, my 2026 title for the year, the Mustard Rhino, is taken from the Smashing Pumpkins song Rhinoceros, where he talks about mustard lies, right, and things like that. And his own words from the liner notes talk about it's things that we don't want to look at. Mustard is a condiment that's used to mask flavors, mask bad tasting things, right? So it's a year where, you know, again, applying the mustard doesn't work so much, per se. We cut the mustard, if you will. All right, we'll do it that way. Very interesting. It applies to our relationships, too. Anybody in bad relationships or in relationships that are stale or dead or whatever, it's going to be tricky this year. It really is. All right, let's go. Come on now. We're shuffling on January right now. Right now. Here we go. Are we ready? Are we ready to do this? I'm going to stop for a minute. I'm going to take a little break. Just give me a moment. I'm going to grab a sip of water. It'll just be a second for you, you know. All right. Love me the pause button. It's nice. Okay, here we go. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords. January, the Two of Swords. It's an energy of what the hell happened here? It's kind of I would call it a crossroad. This is the environmental energy, the crossing card for whatever the top card is here. That's going to be the base energy for January. So and again, I'm not a time lord, okay? So cut me some slack here. But it's a crossroads energy, but it's like, where the fuck are we? It's like you and I are in a car together, right? We've driven, right? We stopped banging, right? Everybody, nothing dirty going on. We pull up to an intersection and we go, where the fuck are we? How did we get here, right? That's what this energy is. Right? It's a crossroads on crack a little bit. It's a confused crossroads. Can I put it that way? Okay. What's the base energy? January 2026. I can't believe I'm saying that here publicly. I mean, I'd be pulling on it offline, but my God. What the hell, right? It's YouTube. Knight of Swords. God, There's some sort of information comes in where we go, how the fuck did we get here? Okay? Some sort of fucking information. I'm going to take this out. Oh, yeah. Some sort, underneath that, fueling that is two swords go to one. The Ace of Swords. Some sort of, the Knight of Swords brings a message of change. Well, let's get these all on camera. Some sort of message comes in. And it's a game changer. It makes you say, what the hell is going on? How did we get here? I don't know what this is. I'm going to tell you, it actually feels very positive. I'm pulling on the soulmate cycle. It feels very positive. All right? All right. I think in societal energies from my offline readings, I will tell you it probably skews more the other way. There's some kind of stuff brewing. But aside from this here, in the soulmate cycle, this feels very positive. Let's see why. We're going to clarify with the witches. So it's a message. It's a truth. It comes in. It comes in fast and hard. Things change quickly. Right? All right. Things change quickly. Well, okay. Knight of Swords. It can happen. Things changed very quickly. In January of 2020, it feels a little like that. I had a similar pull. I wasn't here on YouTube. I was pulling offline. I had a similar pull going into January 2020. Things changed very quickly that month, too. I don't know. All right, let's see where we go. Both in the soulmate cycle and societal. I'm not just talking about COVID or anything like that. Whoa, flipping out, baby. Sun. See, I told you, it's very positive in the soulmate cycle. That's an extremely positive card, and that's the one that flipped out. The bottom of the deck here is the Six of Swords. And the center card is the Eight of Wands, communication. Something goes better than you thought it would in January for you. For you. Something works out for you better than you thought it would. Oh, I like this. What's red with the sun? I told you it was positive. Three of Swords, right? How do I phrase this? Because the Three of Swords is red with the sun. Something ends or changes. The Knight of Swords brings a message of change. I'm talking to a large number of people, so I'm being careful with my words here. It's like an energy, I'll just shoot straight with you. It's like an energy, somebody breaks up with you and it ends up being really good for you. Okay? Somebody leaves you, it ends up being really good for you. Your car dies, it ends up being really good for you. Whatever it is, something that on the onset, this why the fuck did we get here? This right here, this truth that flies in on this Knight of Swords. Initially is this. I felt it as very positive. It actually is for the greater good. And this applies in offline readings too. Anything that happens that's negative is often for the greater good. Sometimes people need to learn a lesson. Sometimes people need to learn you don't know what you got till it's gone. Sometimes people don't wake up until they do. I've got a situation here where you don't know how bad something was until it's gone. Okay? Can I phrase it that way? In the soulmate cycle, it kind of works out that way. You don't know how bad it was until it's gone. In other words, somebody, and again, just catch my drift. I'm just giving you an example. Somebody breaks up with you. Somebody leaves. You're devastated. But as they're gone, your life starts to break. Things start to get better. You get some juxtaposition to realize, God, that was toxic. They did me a favor by doing that. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what this is. It could apply to a job. It could apply. I've got the sun, which can be, I've got anything. I don't have any cups here. It is part of the soulmate cycle, so it could be a soul's true purpose. It could be something, a hobby. I don't know. It could be a person. It could be what I'm describing. I don't know. Whatever it is, it actually makes your life better, whatever this is. But initially, it might make you feel this way. All right? I'm going to, just for fun, because I think it's important, I'm going to clarify the Three of Swords with a separate deck, okay? Randomly at the bottom is the Star, like I said. And I told you before I pulled that, I said in the soulmate cycle, I think this is very positive. How the hell did we get here? That can be taken either way, And you could be at the precipice of hell, or you could be at an amusement park. How the hell did we get here? This is great. It's like that. It's a bit of that in the soulmate cycle. It does initially kind of freak you out a little bit. Why is the Three of Swords here? So, all right, Three of Swords. What do we get? What's going on? Tell me more about this. Yeah, it's judgment. It's karma. Coming back. Karma. Somebody. Yeah, it feels like karma, but I'm not quite sure how to read it for a large number. Oh, you're the King of Wands. Yeah. Something's coming back here. Ten of Wands. Yeah, and why is that here? The Page of Wands. It's about saying things that you've always wanted to say, or somebody else saying things. You have an honest and frank conversation with somebody. They might be named Frank. I don't know. But you have an honest conversation. It's very, very, very straightforward. It's real talk on crack. Okay? It flows very easily. It's part of your journey, your soul's journey through this lifetime is why it's happening. It's the reason it's Three Swords is I think it hurts your feelings. I think it hurts your ego a little bit. Or you may have to hurt somebody else's ego, which in turn makes you feel bad because you're a sensitive soul. It's possible. Either way, it is extremely positive. Whatever comes of it, your life becomes infinitely better because of it. And look at that. The star came back. That's the environmental energy. Yeah, and you end up coming out smelling like a rose. Underneath all of that is the King of Pentacles. I mean, it is what it is. This is a wonderful thing, but it might be a little shocking. All right, we did even have a tower here. It's it's in here somewhere. There's where I don't know where it is. There's a tower somewhere. I don't know. I lost the tower. Where is it? There it is. Found it. It is a little shocking. It is a little surprising. Oh, this is tough. This is going to be, it's interesting. I try to give you guys something real, show you how real energy is sort of sorted out. 2026 is going to be tough because it's going to play out differently for everybody. Some people are going to thrive. Like societal energies, for example, taking it out of the soulmate cycle. Some people are going to thrive in the energy, and other people aren't. It's not going to work for them, and they're going to end up underwater. So it's tough to pull because a card can, a Three of Swords can mean a lot of different things. In the soulmate cycle, though, it seems like a boomerang effect, sort of or a Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down effect, where something negative happens and it ends up on the backside. Wait for it because it ends up benefiting you in a big way. All right? You come out of this a Phoenix rising. You come out of this a King of Pentacles. All right? It's really nice. I don't know what it is. It's a frank conversation. It's a very straightforward conversation. Somebody might hurt your ego. It might. You might have to hurt somebody else's. Don't feel bad about it too long either way. Okay? All right, let's shuffle the deck. We're going to talk about February. All right, let's get into February. That's where we go here. All right, February. Now, March, the third column here, is where Jupiter goes direct. So we should see a lot of forward movement over there. We'll see. I could be wrong. It might be like a dead, it's all stopped cards you watch. But it's important because that's when we come out of the bubble. I'm saying within the bubble. We're within the bubble of Jupiter retrograde in January and February. So we're going to have things happen. We're going to the energy in a way, how we react to it is going to determine how things play out for us after the retrograde ends. We don't control these energies. We only control how we behave within them. Okay? Keep that in mind. All right, here we go. And any lessons you learn, any spanking you get, things that wake you up, stay awake. Right? And that Ace of Swords that was underneath that is very telling. There's a lot of things offline, online, whatever reading I'm pulling. There's a lot of things that are coming up that you're going to have to believe it. If you're going to dismiss it, you're just fooling yourself. It applies in relationships. It applies in societal energies. All right? Be careful. That mustard rhino. Rhinos are tricky. Go ahead and read up on rhinos. I chose the rhino for a reason. It's not just because of the song Rhinoceros. It just happened to be. That was the back-end coincidence. That's all. So, rhinos are very interesting animals. I think I wrote about that a little bit in the Mustard Rhino write-up. Let's see where we go. February. Queen of Wands is the crossing energy. Is that Fakey McFakerman? What is that? Is somebody, do you got a new love coming in or something? I don't know. I feel like it's a love of yourself on some level. Or somebody, I don't know. What's the base energy? That's very weird. Okay, base energy. Yeah, the Four of Pentacles. Yeah. It's a revealing month of people hiding things. That's the best way I could put it. This is a miser energy here, right? Somebody's, it's a month where you might be afraid to show people who you are, or somebody might be afraid to show you who they are. But the data is there, all right? Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Yeah, and there's the Two of Pentacles right there. The energy is kind of in neutral in February. This is very, very, very interesting. Let's pull on it. Why is the Four of Pentacles here? Tell me about it. I knew this was going to be a tricky reading before I started it. It's going to be a tricky year. It is. You got to be careful this year. I know some of you pull readings. I want you to be careful with quick reads this year in this Mustard Rhino energy. I'm not fucking with you. All right, I'm not being lazy by going, let me think about this for a second. You got thousands of people watching, some of you who watch me. This is not, it's one of those years, man. I'll tell you what, it's tricky. It is a tricky year. This is a tricky dick energy. Tricky dick was Richard Nixon. This is a tricky dick energy. All right, there you go. Let's see where we go here. The Four of Pentacles. It's a pretense energy. Somebody's afraid to let you see who they are. Or you're afraid to show somebody who you are. Something about that. It's somebody around you, or it's you. It can play out either way. Take it as it resonates. I don't know. I will tell you what, the bottom card crossing the center card I'm going to pull is a tower. We got towers all over the place. You got one over here in the Three of Swords. What's on top? The Knight of Pentacles. Good. We got our stopped energy here. I've been real embarrassed if it showed up over here. What's the center card? Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, distraction. Yeah. Somebody's wall of pretense falls down in the Page of Cups. You might find, this could play out on big levels or small levels. On a small level and on the average sort of Joe sort of level, here in the soulmate cycle, you might find out that somebody's been hiding feelings for you. They let it slip. This is the kind of energy on a very minor, just reading it, very minor sort of way, very mild sort of way. This is an energy where you got a friend that loves you a little more than friend, right? But they don't want you to know. They hide it. You're on the phone with them. You say, okay, well, I'll see you later on. They say, okay, I'll see you later on. Love you. And it slips out. The love you slips out. And you're like, did you just say you love? What? It's a bit of that. Okay? Somebody's going to show you who they are in February, but you're just going to get a glimpse of it. Or, I'll flip it back on you. It's or it could be both. Or you realize, you sort of get real with yourself and realize you have feelings for somebody. Okay? Allow those feelings to flow. I'm going to give you some advice for February. Allow yourself to feel whatever it is you feel. Okay? It's what most therapists would tell you. I'll save you the thousands of dollars of therapy. Allow yourself to always, but definitely in February, allow yourself to feel whatever it is you feel. Okay? If this is you, even if it's not, if it's somebody else and you catch a glimpse of how they really feel, it's very positive. It's all very positive. It really is. There's a moment. I've got this energy around this Knight of Pentacles. It's a stopped energy for me. It's where the camera happened to catch somebody at just the right moment. Sometimes we do that. We take a picture of somebody. I've got a picture of someone I used to know. She's someone who hides her personality, or hid her personality quite a bit. But I've got a photograph of her that captured just the right fucking moment that tells the whole story of who that person was and how deep they actually were. You get one of those moments here in February about somebody or about yourself. Or, I should say, it could be both. Believe it. Again, believe it. Allow yourself to feel whatever it makes you feel and then act on those feelings. This is very nice. This could be a month of new love for you, a deepening of a relationship for you with somebody. It can also, again, both energies are present. You could also see somebody as a phony. You could also spot through somebody's lies and move on. You could do that too. It could play out either way. I don't know. But whichever one it is, don't worry about it. Don't judge it, whichever one happens. In February, allow yourself to feel whatever it is you feel. All right? Whether it's somebody's feelings toward you or your feelings towards somebody, whatever it is, positive or negative. Allow yourself to feel whatever it is you feel and then act on those feelings. All right? Okay. Let's shuffle for the month of March. Let's do it. The month of March, it's around the middle of March, I think, or is it early March or middle? I don't know. I think it's around the 12th or 13th or some shit like that, or 10th or something, where Jupiter goes direct. The bubble ends immediately. When Jupiter goes direct, sometimes, we talk about a shadow period with Mercury direct. My experience with Jupiter retrograde and then Jupiter goes direct, there's no fucking shadow anything. Once it's direct, almost the second it goes direct, it's forward energy. It's forward Jupiter energy. That's how powerful that energy is. So, from that moment on, and I've had that play out in years for me. Sometimes in the Jupiter bubble, you're stuck with what you get, but I remember the last time Jupiter was in Cancer. As a matter of fact, that would have been early 2014 when it went direct in March of 2014. I remember while it was retrograde in the bubble, I was waiting for something to happen and nothing happened. And literally the day it went direct, things started moving. Phones started ringing, things started popping. So it's the way the energy is. Let's pull on March. Tell me about March 2026. What do you want to tell these people? Some of the points I make in this reading, right, will come back later. All right, they will definitely come back later. So I would bookmark this reading. King of Pentacles. It's the bottom. The King of Pentacles. Wow. That's... What happens in March is a direct result because the King of Pentacles is right there on the back side of what I pulled around the Three of Swords. You might recognize it, right? What happens in March, it's exactly what I've been telling you. What happens in March when Jupiter goes direct is a direct result of how you handle what happens in January, for example, which could happen right now in December when I'm pulling on this. I'm not a Time Lord. Like I said, the Mustard Rhino energy is here, and we're in the Jupiter retrograde bubble. So all this reading is saying, I'm cornering it with January here, but what happens in the Jupiter retrograde bubble matters. Assuming this energy says you do well with this. You handle this very well, whatever it is. And that's playing out over here. That's why you'll notice as well, everything happens for a reason. Why didn't Steve take that out of the deck? He read it. Why didn't I take it out? Well, I didn't take it out because it doesn't come out until here, right? It's dependent upon this. It looks like, assuming you flow with the energy properly, maybe take the advice that's being given by me within the energy. Obviously, do what you want to do. I don't care. But I'm just telling you the flow of the energy. If you go with the flow of the energy, this King of Pentacles can now come out right here. And it's crossing whatever this card is. It's a fucking... I said this is forward movement. Didn't I? Rewind. Did I not say March would contain forward movement? I said, I'll be embarrassed if it's all stopped cards. This is Leo energy. It's passionate forward movement. It's right there. right the fuck there. I don't know. You come into fucking March like a fucking lion, like a 500-pound cat here. Passion and knowing who you are and where you're going. Feeling pretty optimistic. In fact, there's a lot of optimism around the King of Pentacles here. All right, let's clarify. Let's go. All right. Tell me about strength. See, I knew it. See, I knew I wouldn't get egg on my face. I even said when that fell, oh, thank God we got the stopped energy here and not here. Yeah, I know. All right, let's see where we go. Let's see where we're at. Tell me about the strength card. Tell me about March 2026. Let's go. Let's shuffle the witches. See where we're at. Again, Mustard Rhino. It's about facing things that we've been afraid to face, looking at things that we've been burying our head in the sand about. That's what this whole reading has been laying out, even February. A lot of times people poke their head out and you don't want to see it, right? Or you feel something for somebody and you shut it down immediately. Oh, I don't want to feel that. That's why my advice here is allow yourself to feel it. That's what it's about, right? When things, you know, I mean, it is, and over here, don't prejudge a Three of Swords. Don't. In the end, it's a very positive thing. I think in January you get some sort of juxtaposition, which benefits you greatly. All right? I think it does. And I think that is where you're pulling your strength from over here. You're very powerful here. Strength crossed by the King of Pentacles. That's some shit. I mean, you belong on my Justice League sweatshirt. I mean, that's some powerful shit right there. All right? You're a 500-pound cat with 8-point rainbow antlers. Man, shoot, man, I'll tell you what. All right, let's see where we go. Strength card. Tell me about March 2026. I always like to try to recap a little bit while I'm shuffling. You had the tower crossing here. All that shuffling, the tower is back. So we pick up. That means that March picks up from February and assumes that this was handled properly. This is where you get your strength from. This is where you put your strength to the test. And this is where you move forward. Jupiter, retrograde, ending. We come out of that bubble around the early middle of this fucking month. And there's none of that. Don't let any astrology site tell you, oh, with Jupiter retrograde, when it goes direct, there's a shadow period of it or this other shit. There is not. It has never done that in my notebook, tracking it back not one fucking time. It's always got some, and the fact that it's in Cancer right now, and that's the hot spot, that's the theme energy of our current soulmate cycle, it's going to kick right in. It really is. It's going to be like Michael Knight hitting the turbo boost button in that old Kit Trans Am, and they take off down the road. All of a sudden, he's doing 300 miles an hour on Pacific Coast Highway. I know everybody in Los Angeles that's watching me right now is laughing their ass off. You can't even do 3 miles an hour on Pacific Coast Highway most of the time. You know, it's the worst place to take your fast car. Right? I don't know how, man. I watched one episode. He was coming around the canyon doing 300. What the fuck? What the hell day was that? What's on top? The Magician. Look at this shit. What's the center card? The Two of Wands crossed by the Tower. All of a sudden, what did I say? What did I fucking say? I rewind. I told the story of March of 2014 while Jupiter was retrograde. Jupiter was in Cancer. Jupiter was retrograde, right, up until about early March that year, right? And then as soon as it went direct, shit started happening. Shit started popping off. And while it was retrograde, I was like, man, nothing's happening. I can't get anybody to take my call. I can't do any business. Nothing's going on. Blah, 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 blah. Bam! It took right off as soon as it went direct. That's what's going on here. All of a fucking sudden. All of a motherfucking sudden. You can make plans. Make plans you couldn't make before. All of a sudden, you got the Midas touch here. You're the golden boy, the golden girl, right? Whatever it is. But it all stems back to here, to January. Again, how you handle this situation and how you handle this. I think overall, just please allow yourself to feel whatever it is you feel. And when when the mustard is washed away, right? And you taste what's actually underneath it, If you don't like the taste of it, be honest with yourself. Don't go, that's good, and pretend it's good. All right? That's what the Mustard Rhino year is all about. All right. All of a sudden, assuming you flow with that kind of energy, all of a sudden you're doing things you could never do before. What's red with the magician? Fuck my ass. It's the emperor. Look, I didn't get egg on my face. I didn't get a bad card here. I didn't get stopped energy. This is all forward movement. The strength card's forward movement. The magician is forward movement. The two of wands is forward movement. And yeah, the emperor is sitting, but that's just because he's got to take a shit. At the end of the day here, this is about control. You have more control of your life than you used to. You can now do things. People will take your fucking call, metaphorically speaking. Right? You got some power. All right? Wow. It's wonderful. I mean, this is where the King of Pentacles comes out. It comes out right there. It all starts here with a Three of Swords. Right? With a Three of Swords. A conversation. A communication that changes everything, that makes you say, how the fuck did we get here? What the fuck just happened? What did I just hear? What did I just find out? I mean, I'm just riffing on the energy. Take it as it resonates, right? All you got to do is catch my drift. But I'm not wrong here, and I got a tower here. You get a tower here. You get your first tower here, your second tower here, your third tower here. Fucking hell. It's crazy. But this is all divinely guided. It's all happening for a reason. I don't know what else to tell you. Let's see what else let's grab a fresh deck. Which, by the way, you know we haven't looked at this, right? This light's here. You know? It's the star. Look at that. It's the last card I showed you, the star. It's there. The star comes after the tower. All right. You got the towers here. The star is where we're going. This is all divinely guided. It's all fantastic. It plays out outside the Jupiter retrograde bubble. But again, you might say, well, that sucks. I'll just wait for Jupiter to go direct then. No, you need to put some things in motion to change some tude, to change some attitude and change some views on things while it's in retrograde. It's like I said, what happens in the retrograde bubble matters a huge deal to what happens outside of it. This is only coming out this way because the flow of the energy is assuming that you're going to take this flow. It's giving you advice. It's showing you what to do, right? And really, if I'm to sum it up, just let yourself feel whatever it is you feel and act on it accordingly. If it's negative, act on it accordingly. Change your view, change your direction, change your relationship, change your life. If it's positive, then allow yourself, even if you don't want to, I can't have feelings for that, but allow yourself to feel what you feel. Go with it. There's a huge divine energy in play here, right? I mean, it's a big deal. It's huge. All right, let's go. All right, let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. Give me 3 cards and a crossing card across the top here. Just take the whole fucking thing. Let's go. It's going to be a tricky year to pull on. Mustard lies. People treat Mustard Rhino, mustard lies. People treat mustard differently. Some people cake it on. Some people don't use it. I myself don't use it. I don't particularly care for it on food. I don't like the taste of mustard. I like to taste what I'm eating. And if it's bad, I don't want to eat it. I don't want it covered with fucking mustard. Right? That's sort of the attitude here, the flow that you need to have. Mustard being a metaphor for, playing pretend, putting up a wall of pretense. I think for most of you, this is somebody else who you get a glimpse of very quickly. You get a short little glimpse. What I talked about here with the Knight of Pentacles in that moment, that camera capturing that millisecond of that friend of mine. She hit herself really well. But in that moment, you got to see there was some joy in there. There was some happiness in there. There was some creativity in there. You'd have never known, because 25 milliseconds later, she was right back to the stoic person she always was. Right? It is what it is. You get a glimpse. The camera captures something, metaphorically speaking, at just the right moment. 3 cards and a crossing card. What do we get? What do we got here? Talk to me. Bottom of the deck is 10 wands. That's here. So it draws us back to January. It's the final message to you from the universe. This is crossing the center card I'm going to pull. It's obviously we take We had to have something from the reading here. Otherwise, it's kind of erroneous, right? So we're being drawn back here. The tower. The tower's here. The tower is right there. In January, the tower was crossing here. The tower was crossing here. Here's the tower. It's a deck we haven't touched yet. But it's all about 10 wands. This is not easy shit. It's not going to be an easy year. I'm not lying to you. I'm sorry. I know you want rose, you want smoke. It's going to be the best year of your life. But Steve, my favorite Chinese astrology horoscope gave me 4 stars out of 5. It doesn't mean it's going to be an easy year. It just means the energy is flowing right for you. But you'd be surprised how many people I see on a daily basis as I read their energy and observe their life. How many people have such fabulous energy around them and don't use a damn lick of it? Nothing. Right? They waste it by going the wrong way, doing the wrong things. So it doesn't matter you got 4 stars on your favorite Chinese astrology site. If you don't use that energy properly, it just means the potential is there. Right? The energy around us provides potential. Always. There's potential in the negative and potential in the positive. But when we refuse to look at things, when we just pass everything off as phony and fake, and this is crap, and we don't even want to look at it, we just put our head in the sand, that's where we get fucked. It applies to relationships in a big way, too. You get a really cool glimpse of something. I'm going to find that picture of my friend. I will tell you what. I haven't seen that picture in years. I remember that. I remember the camera capturing that millisecond. All right, right here. Page of Cups. It's right here. The tower is here. The tower is crossing here. It's crossing here. The Page of Cups is here. So far, all of these, the 6 of Swords, it was crossing the 8 of Wands. So far, all of these are from the reading, and except for this one, the 10 of Cups. I like that. This one didn't matter. The main read is here. This one just sort of read with the tower. It may not seem like it. And again, I think the universe, the energy around me, whatever, around you, around us, wants to hammer this home. At times here, especially in January, with fucking 3 swords tied to 10 wands in a conversation that brings change, how the fuck did we get here? It may not seem like it's going to be good. But actually, things are getting smoother and things are getting better. It always is that way when we get real. The danger is that we get delusional. The backside of this energy, the equal and opposite reaction, the laws of physics apply. The equal and opposite reaction of this energy, of this whole fucking year, is delusion. And that will drop a fucking shithouse on our head. And we'll end up like that fucking squirrel one way or another. Whether it's a bad relationship or a bad direction you're going in life, whatever it is, you can't be delusional. You've got to get real in this energy. January puts you in that gear, okay, of getting real. You can choose not to stay in that gear, but you might run into trouble. You can choose not to. You can go to La La Land and just whatever. It's ill-advised to do that, okay? January does put you in the gear, for sure. It is everything that's happening, the good, the bad, the ugly, the great, the fantastic, the shitty. It's all for the greater good. It all brings healing. But the only healing that comes, whether it's Q1, Q2, Q3, or Q4 of 2026, the only healing that comes is through truth. That's it. Honest assessment of things. You're getting those views. You get it through words in January. You get it through a glimpse, a feeling in February. And if you play your cards right, every pun intended, this is a powerful fucking month. You end the month as the fucking emperor and the magician blended together with a king of pentacles and a 500-pound cat. That's pretty fucking awesome. All right? Or you could be a delusional fucker and have a tree fall on your head and become a homeless squirrel with his nuts blown off. It's up to you. The choice is yours, I suppose. It always is. The energy comes in. We don't control that. How we behave within it is what we control. Remember that. Do what you want to do. Make your own decisions. I'm just a talking hand on a fucking video. Do what you want to do. All right? But this is the flow of the energy. Pretty tight read considering how difficult it is to pull on this type of stuff. All right. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. I would refer back to this. This will play out. All of this as a whole, this is very general. It's a big look at 3-month time frame, starting from right now, so 4 month really. and maybe bleeding into April, so 5 months really. Again, these Q readings, these quarterly readings, bleed into the other readings I pull, the monthly readings and the other alignment readings and such throughout each month. So keep that in mind. But this is your overview for sure. That is your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.